All right, welcome back. Universities and colleges are a dime a dozen, but some stand out for their unique course offerings or educational approach. The Meridian International or Mint College is offering an innovative approach to education. Now, here to tell us more about it is Hendrik Kiamzon, spokesperson of Mint College. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
This sounds really interesting. I mean, we were having a quick little chat here. I mean, this is an all-new school, all-new university.
Yes.
That's set to really change the way we think about
Hopefully, yes,
education.
yes.
Where do we start? I mean, what's Mint all about?
Well, one of the easiest things to explain about our school is we're trying to push this new system called Education 3.0.
All right.
Just to give you a little history, Education 1.0 is your traditional setup, you know, with the chalkboard, classroom, teacher. 2.0 is the advent of computers, you know, in the educational setting. So, sort of computer-based learning, but still in sort of a traditional setup. Right. Education 3.0. You know, it goes into student-centered learning. Okay, so that what that means is you kind of tailor the lessons to the students. It's not just the teacher dictating, you know, to the class. It's also the student telling the teacher, this is the way I like to learn, this is my style. Right. If you look, that's the way kids are these days. You know, they're short attention span, they're being bombarded by information. And education really needs to adapt. And as you can see, not just in the Philippines, but across the world, it's still pretty much Education 1.0, right. And it really needs to evolve to the information age. Other factors of Education 3.0 are it's technology driven. Okay, one thing we're doing for the students this year, we're starting in June, our first semester. Every student will have an iPad 2. Okay, now they're getting that.
That's incentive right there. I
think a lot of kids want to join just because of that. But you know, it's not so that they can Twitter in class or they can get on Facebook, but it's more so for using devices as a technology tool, an educational tool, if you will. Where the curriculums are actually tailored to use devices like an iPad 2, like a cell phone. I mean, where have you seen schools where they allow you to use cell phones in a class? Yeah. They allow you to use your iPad. So we're embracing technology, and we're saying that these are the devices that kids like to use these days, and why not use it to our advantage in education? Other aspects of Education 3.0 is that it's flexible environments for learning. So it doesn't mean just a classroom. Right. So one thing that we're going to do, like 20% of the students' time will actually be spent in classroom. The other 80% is divided into going into the workplace, you know, online distance learning, group discussions, project-based learning, and the such. Now, one thing we're doing with working with companies is a lot of our deans or the program heads are actual professionals. Right. So, for example, our head for film is an actual independent film director, maker. Currently practicing. He's actually based in San Francisco also. Right. He will be spending part of his time here in the Philippines, part of his time in the U.S. What he also plans on doing is doing a lot of distance learning, distance teaching for his students. He also will take kids to his venues where he will be filming for his next project. So, for example, he has a project coming up in Africa, and he's going to be picking, of course, some of his top students.
This is getting better and better.
Yeah,
I mean, I've had opportunity to learn out in Africa, and I think, like you were saying, I mean, distance isn't really much of a hindrance because of the way the school is set up, and really taking Education 3.0 to heart. I mean, it really does embrace that kind of system. Yes. It's interesting, though. I wanted to touch on the fact that you know, Mint College or Meridian International is a business, arts, and technology college. Yes. That's quite a varied field and a varied curriculum, really. Why is there this approach? It's two-pronged actually. The founder of our school, his name is Baltazar Indriga, or Balandriga. He is very well respected in the educational industry. He used to be the president of UE, but he was also a graduate of Harvard MBA. He was a full scholar there. He was the head of SGV's IT division, managing director, and he was actually the one who brought IT to the Philippines through SGV. He was also the chairman and president of CCP, Cultural Center of the Philippines.
And yeah, now he's our president for our school. Now his background is, if you can tell, it's all in business, arts, technology, education. And
did we miss anything there? I mean, that pretty much covers all the fields.
Covers everything. And the reason why we also chose those programs is because we feel these are the programs that are important for the new economy, the information age.
All right.
If you notice, kids these days, they can do their own movies, they can do their own graphics. Sure. They're entrepreneurs by heart. Yeah. So we feel these programs will get them prepared for that next level, that new economy.
We're seeing some images now of what the campus will be like. I mean, it looks like a beautiful place to enroll and study. Looks like it's a very
that's what I wanted to mention to you.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We really focus on the facilities. If you notice, we don't really have a huge campus. We're located on a space that's about 1,500 square meters.
Right.
And we felt that we didn't have to, deal with the non-core facilities like, let's say, a huge football field or a gymnasium, dormitories. These are huge capital expenditures for a school, and sad to say that, the traditional schools, they need that tuition money to maintain. They have a very high overhead cost. But with what we have in a small footprint, we are allowed to focus on the essential facilities. And there's some cost savings there. One thing I wanted to mention, it's very important about our school, is with the cost savings, we're allowed to give 20% of our student body as full scholars, 100%. Now, some other schools might say, oh, well, we're doing that as well. But the thing is, if you notice with other schools, the way they get scholars is by getting donations from alumni, from endowment money, and none of them are able to do it within their own internal system, so they really have to seek outside help for those scholars. What we're doing with the cost savings that we've experienced with the type of facilities we have, we can actually do that. 20% will be full scholar, 100%, and the other 80% will have some sort of scholarship, partial or partial assistance in that respect.
All right, so it's sounding better and better, really. I mean, what would you say are the strengths of Mint in terms of the
strengths of Mint? Really, it's in the way we deliver our programs.
But you wouldn't really call yourself, a business-oriented university. You wouldn't say you're strong in the arts. I mean,
we would like to say, we'd like to say that we're geared for the new economy. One thing we always like to mention to people is how look at the top people in technology industries today: Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Larry Ellison at Oracle, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. All of these people
are very rich.
Very rich, at the top of their fields, but they didn't graduate college.
Okay.
The reason being was that they were very creative, very entrepreneurial.
You're not selling to college, though. I mean, you want to go to college.
No, this is the point. The point is that once they had these ideas for these business models, Facebook, Apple, DOS, Windows, the college didn't have anything else that they can offer them, those traditional setups. So what we're saying is that we're nurturing those types of students so that if they do come up with ideas like that, we will embrace it. We will even reimburse their tuition and go into business with them. So who's to say you can't do that with your students?
Well, speaking of Steve Jobs and Apple, I mean, Mint has partnered with Switch and is going to be the first to put up the first Apple Experience Center. Apple Experience Center. That's a mouthful right there for education. I mean, that sounds special.
That's what's exciting about what we're doing with Switch. The owner of Switch, Mr. Ben Liu, he is an IT expert, IT professional. Not only is he providing, the equipment for our Apple Store and for our computer lab, he's also the program head for IT. So you can kind of see what we're trying to do there. He's bringing his real-world experience into the school. One of the things he's doing, which is the first ever offered in the college setting, is iOS application development, which is obviously the applications on your iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch. It's actually ongoing now. So students are learning how to make iPod apps, iPhone apps, and we want to encourage them to be entrepreneurial. And we'll if they want to go into business with us, we'll do that. We always have that possibility of doing that. We want to nurture students and nurture their ideas and not let them go after they graduate.
All right, this sounds like a very, very exciting development in the field of education. Education 3.0. I wonder if we're ready. Thanks for sharing. If people want to get a little bit more info, where can
you can find us on Facebook.com/MintSchool. Our website is mintcollege.com, and our phone number is 223-MINT. And we're located in McKinley Hill in Fort Bonifacio.
All right, I'm excited. All right, thank you so much, Hendrik Kiamzon from Meridian International.
Thank you,
exciting stuff. Thanks so much
for having me.